Hey guys, back with another video. As you can tell, I got a haircut. Got one probably 2 weeks ago. The time just kind of flies, really. I actually got fines from the record store online, and then I got more from the record store. I kept putting off fines. I actually probably could have done an update right after the other one, because the first set of fines will show you I actually gotten pretty close to the last video, but I just kept waiting and ended up getting more. So it probably puts out for a pretty interesting video. Okay, the first record I got here, I got the Jimi Hendrix Experience, Axe as Bold as Love. Yeah, forever I've only had one copy of this album, so I decided to just get another one. This is a reissue, unfortunately, and the cover is a little beat up, but the record plays pretty well. Okay, next here, I got in Rolling Stones, England's Newest Hitmakers. This is a mono copy. So yeah, it looks pretty good shape. It plays pretty good. So, okay, right here I got a copy of The Doors, Waiting for the Sun. This looks in really good shape. This is actually my first German pressing, so that's really nice. Okay, right here, this was a grail. I got the Grateful Dead's first album. This is a mono copy. I think it's an original. I have a stereo reissue, but I don't think I've ever seen any other copies besides that. And then I just happened to come across this original mono. It's pretty beat up, but it plays relatively well, and it was pretty cheap, so great album too. Okay, right here, another grail. Man, Bob Dylan's Blonde on Blonde. This is a mono copy, and look, it's the original here. You can see it has the original photos, even this one, which is taken out later. Yeah, pretty cool. I just want to get all the Bob Dylan 60s albums, first of all. So I try to get in originals, or at least cheap playable copies of reissues, just to have a copy, until I eventually get an original, and I'm coming across these pretty well, so. Okay, right here I got in the Beatles Abbey Road, but this is actually a UK pressing. The apples lined up here. It's actually my second copy of this particular UK pressing, and the vinyl actually plays pretty well, so I was happy. It wasn't a lot of money. The jacket is unfortunately falling apart, but I can't pass these up if they're not too much and not terrible shape, so. And right here I got in the Beatles Let It Be UK pressing. You see the green apple here. This one actually has a sticker, and it's on the green apple, so that's really nice. This record plays pretty good too. Unfortunately, the cover on this one's a lot worse, but you know, it's good to have. I can't pass it up. It's just pretty cool. Okay. Right here, I've been needing this album because if you see my last vinyl update, I got in the Beatles Anthology 1 and 3 on vinyl, so I come across Anthology 2. So, and this was brand new. I opened it, I put the sticker on the back. It's glad to get this. It's a US pressing, if you're wondering. It's a triple record set. Has some really good recordings on here. Probably Strawberry Fields Forever, Take 7 edit piece is probably my favorite out of the entire anthology set. Out of all 3 volumes, it's my favorite recording, and it's awesome. I'll show you one record here. I ran into a problem. Got this brand new, and look at this. See this mark? I thought that would come off, but unfortunately it doesn't. You can see right here. It's the same thing, so I have no idea what that is. I think that could have came from the pressing plant when they were manufacturing these vinyls. So I actually played that part, and it just makes a pop noise while it's playing over that mark, and plays fine. And this is actually side 5 and 6. One of these sides, though, unfortunately, it ends up having a skip that I can't even fix. So one of the sides, it plays normal with the popping till it eventually runs off that. and then the other side does the same thing, but it ends up skipping right towards the end of that. I didn't want to return this. I figured I'll just keep it because it's not really easy to find like brand new. That was actually my record store stuff I got. Now I got some online. And right here, I got another copy. So yes, I ended up just buying another whole copy altogether. This is just the inner sleeve. Yeah, this one is basically brand new though. The owner told me they didn't play it, they only just opened it. They put the sticker right here, which I guess it's fine. But this is actually a UK pressing. You see that? So that's why I got it, because at least I have a US and a UK rather than just the same thing. So, and this one, it's a trip record set obviously, and it looks great shape. It looks unplayed. It doesn't have the same issue on that side. I haven't played it yet, but when you look at the record, it doesn't have that issue, so I'm happy about that. I'll just show you the record. It's 5 and 6. I'll just show you it real quick. You can see there's no mark on here. Alright guys, continuing with more online stuff. I got this. I got the Beach Boys 2020. Yeah, it was the only Beach Boys record I needed now, so I decided to just get a reissue because I've seen copies of this, but they just weren't the right condition and price, so I just said, what the hell, I got a reissue, and it was brand new. I opened it myself, and it's unplayed. I haven't played it yet, and it was pretty cheap. I don't even think it was 20 bucks, but you can see that, and I'm now glad to have all the Beach Boys 60s albums. One funny thing, it says originally released in 1964. But this was released in like 69, so that's kind of weird. Okay, right here, this one was a awesome one. I got Van Morrison, Blowing Your Mind. I've been wanting this album just because it's a really nice piece to have in a collection. And it includes Brown Eyed Girl, which is a classic. And I've always known that song. But I didn't know it was a 60s song till fairly recently when I started looking into his catalog. It's a 67 song. I originally thought it was an 80s song. It sounds really timeless. So yeah, it was really cool. This record, it's actually, I think, a reissue, which is the only thing that pisses me off. I wanted to get an original, but this was really, really cheap. Probably not even $10. I got it online. The vinyl, I played some of the album. The album's actually pretty good, so I gotta play the rest of it. I think there's something wrong with this pressing. My needle jumps for no reason sometimes. But this is still really cool to have. Alright, continuing, I got the Animal Tracks, the US album. I've been needing this, and now I have all the Animals 60s albums. So yeah, this one was really cool. This record actually plays pretty good, but the only thing that pisses me off, you can see there's a really, really deep scratch in the middle. It goes through the label as well. I don't know what's that all about, but I actually played that, and it doesn't even skip one bit, I think. So I'm surprised about that. There's a popping noise, but it's not bad. I just wanted to get a copy because I can never find this. Really cool cover. This album is actually probably my favorite early Animals album before he went psychedelic. There's a lot of great songs on here. I've played some of it. Just really good album. So, okay, another album I've gotten to fill in the discography. I got Rolling Stones' Beggar's Banquet. Yes, I got all the Rolling Stones 60s albums. At least like a copy of any pressing, because I don't have the US Aftermath, but I have a UK edition of it. But yeah, this one is really cool to have. It looks pretty good shape. Not sure if it's an original, but looks pretty good shape. I gotta really play this album. I haven't really listened to it, so can't wait for that. Okay, right here, this is just a really odd one that I got. It's really cool. Vanilla Fudge, The Beat Goes On. Vanilla Fudge is a somewhat less common band, but they're like popular for some of their hits. But this album is honestly considered their worst, probably. It's not a great one to most people. I've played it and I actually enjoyed it. I've listened to some online, and then I haven't really listened to this particular vinyl yet, but this is a pretty interesting one to have. This looks in really mint shape. I think it's an original, if you could see. Yeah, this is basically a concept album. I think that's why it's not one of their great ones by most people. It's basically like the beat goes on. It's like a history thing. There's nothing really. It's not like a songs that you'd listen to separately. It's more of like a concept piece. There's phase 1, phase 2, phase 3, phase 4. So it kind of goes in history, kind of starting with like Beethoven, and then it goes into like rock and roll. There's actually a Beatles phase right here, which is really cool. I heard Vanilla Fudge, they were a Beatles fans. So yeah, they have I Want to Hold Your Hand, I Feel Fine, Day Tripper, She Loves You, and there's also a snippet of Hello Goodbye. It's really cool. It sounds somewhat similar to the Beatles versions, but they have kind of like a psychedelic hard rock kick to them. So it's really cool. I highly recommend this to check it out. It's really cool. So yeah, another grail here I wanted to get forever. Piper at the Gates of Dawn by Pink Floyd. And on the side it says the Pink Floyd. But yeah, this is in the shrink. But unfortunately, I think it's a bootleg, honestly. I got this online relatively cheap. And it's on red vinyl too. It's on the Columbia UK pressing. But yeah, I think it's a bootleg. The vinyl actually sounds really, really good. The only thing that pisses me off is the cover looks like shit. It's just like a terrible printing of this awesome artwork. I just don't. And the same with the back. It just looks like a crappy printer. So that's why I want to get an official copy eventually. But I'm glad to have at least a record of this album. Yeah, it's pretty interesting. I'm not that huge on Pink Floyd, but I wanted to get this. I had a nice pair, which has this album and the second one, I think. But I sold it because I wanted to get into, like, an album like this. But there was also one of the songs or two were different versions, so I was like, screw that. Yeah, this one, it actually sounds like some of these could be different mixes. Like, I kind of noticed some things that put me off. Maybe because I haven't heard it in a while, but I don't know, maybe it's a different mix or something, but it's pretty interesting. Okay, these are probably like the grails. Now, if you've seen my last update, I gotten a Beatles album, a Japanese record. I might as well just show you it, fuck it. If you haven't seen the video, that's your loss, but you better check it out anyway. But you see, I got this. This is from my last find. I got in Meet the Beatles. I got the Japanese Flag Series. This number 16. It's the U.S. album, Meet the Beatles. See, I gotten that, and I figured, why not try to get more of these? Because Discogs just has basically all of them. You just have to check the price is in condition. So here I've picked up two more here. I gotten with the Beatles, which actually today's the anniversary of it. 52 years of this album. And same with the White Album, like 47 years or so. They're like 5 years apart, but they share the same birthday. But anyway, I gotten with the Beatles, and it's number 2 in the series. It's the UK album. And this honestly looks dead mint. I was questioning if this could be a reissue. This doesn't even look worn out a bit. The only thing, though, is there's like, it's kind of like 2 booklets in one, which I don't know about that, but this is like the lyric and page insert. Same with this one. But yeah, you guys answer this for me. I know some people have basically the entire collection of this. So some of you will know out there if they ever reissued these or only put these out one time. Because my copy seriously looks brand new. Like the OB looks mint. There's nothing worn out. The cardboard inside of the jacket looks brand new. And I'll show you the record here. The record plays excellent. So I was really glad to get this. One thing that put me off too, the side is black where it says a 2. And there's a dot here at the end that says black. I thought they're red because my Meet the Beatles ones are red. So you guys answer these questions for me. I appreciate that. And continuing, I got collection of Beatles oldies. This is number 8 in the series. It's a UK album. It's actually my first copy of this album ever. So I was glad to get a Japanese one. I'll have to eventually get a UK copy. Now I could tell this one's a little worn. This is more of a paper finish more than a glossy. This is more almost like it's a poster feel. And there's no pictures. It's just this. So you guys, I'm just asking you guys if you could answer this for me. I'd really appreciate that. So yeah. And as I said, it's black on that one, but on the side you can see this one is red where it has that. Same with the dots. So I don't know what that's all about. You guys tell me. So yeah, and I played this record. It sounds pretty good. It's not as mint, but it's still pretty good. So I was glad to get that. And it actually says a Beatles collection of oldies, which is kind of funny. So yeah, I was really glad to get this. Okay, so those are all my online stuff. Now, yesterday I think, I went to the record store and I've gotten a couple stuff. So I'll just show you these. It's the Got Live If You Want It. It was the only one I really needed, so I need to get it. And I actually saw this for $5. Well, I'm pretty sure the last time I saw this it was like $15 or $18, and I just see it for $5, and I'm like, what the hell? I better pick this up. The record actually is a little beat up, but it's not bad. I just wanted to get it to have it. It has some pretty good songs on here, but the only thing that pisses me off is the majority of the songs, it's like overdubbed audience noise, which is kind of dumb, I think, but pretty glad to have this. It doesn't look bad shape. Okay, right here, for $11, I've gotten the Beach Boys' Friends. Now, if you see my last update, I gotten a copy of this already, but this is actually a different copy. I noticed something was different. So I was happy to get another copy, and I'm happy that this one's different. So, and this is probably better shape. I don't know, the spine looks a little bent here, but it doesn't look really beat up. So, pretty glad to get another copy. Right here, I've been wanting to get some Janis Joplin stuff. I mainly know her because of Grace Slick, but I kind of got them two confused up before I've actually listened to their music. But Janis Joplin, I don't think I really heard any of her music, so I've been trying to get her stuff. So I got in Janis Joplin Greatest Hits. There was quite a few copies, but I just got this one because it doesn't look really beat up. This was $8. It has Piece of My Heart, which I know that song, but I need to really listen to it because I'm kind of unfamiliar with her music, so it's cool. And on the same vein here, for like $25, I got in Big Brother and the Holding Company, Cheap Thrills. There's Janis here, so I just want to get some of her stuff because these are the only albums now that I have by her. Very nice gatefold, I like that, with the psychedelic background. So yeah, the only thing though, this is a reissue, but I couldn't pass it up. I just wanted to get it. And this actually has the song Piece of My Heart on it. So yeah, I've actually saw two other Janis Joplin albums when I was at the store. Her album Pearl and another album, but I just left those because I didn't want to spend too much, so I just got these ones for now. Okay, these last two, these are really cool. I've been wanting to get this forever, and I'm so glad to find this. $14. Look at this. I got the Grateful Dead's Anthem of the Sun. Get that. Now, I'm not really a big fan of their music. I love their first album, but I just wanted to get the first two for now. I've had some of the albums, but I sold them. But I just wanted to get the first two, and I came across this, and I played some of it online a while ago, and it's actually pretty good. So, and I actually think this is an original. So, I was glad about that, and it's a stereo copy. I don't know if it's in mono or not. And I think this inner sleeve could be an original too, because the catalog numbers on the back are pretty close. And it actually mentions their first album here, so yeah, it's pretty cool. So this is actually, I think, a split album of studio and live, so it's pretty cool. Okay, last but not least, this one, you know it has to be a grail. Like, I saw it out of nowhere, and I'm like, man, I gotta get this. For $20, I got Sgt. Pepper's by the Beatles. This is actually a German pressing. Look at that. I keep getting German pressings. But yeah, the jacket's a little beat up, the spine. I like that it has the flips on the top. Kind of reminds me of the UK ones, which I need to get a copy of. But unfortunately, there is no insert, and there's no psychedelic sleeve. But I don't think there's a psychedelic sleeve because this is actually on the blue label, which I think this is a reissue. Some people could tell me. But yeah, so happy to get this. I want to get any Beatles pressing I don't have. Now, I probably have 9 copies of Sgt. Pepper now in total. It's probably tied with Something New as my most copied albums in my collection, I think. So, pretty cool. I need to play this to see if it has an inner groove. Yeah, man. I just like getting, like, just having something like this. It's just really cool. So, yeah, guys, those are all my finds. I'm pretty sure I showed you all of them. I just say that because I hope I didn't miss anything. I forgot to mention this, but in the past times of getting albums online, I've gotten album jackets for free, like as protection or something. Like, I've gotten this cover. I'm not sure if I showed you this. It's just a cover, but that was pretty cool. And I got this James Brown cover. I might put these on my wall. I just have them off to the side. I've gotten other covers and stuff, but I think I threw them out because they're nothing in my vein of music, really. And it actually snowed a little bit. Yeah, look at that setup. It's on the computer. Yeah, I have a chair here because I kind of get bored of having the same video setup. I wanted to show you that it actually started snowing. If you could see outside. Sorry about it, I can't really tell. Hope you guys enjoyed this, and I'll talk to you later. Have a good holiday.